Getting started with composting is simple, but mastering it takes skill. In this video, you'll learn everything you need to turn kitchen scraps and yard waste into nutrient-rich black gold for your garden, like a pro. Compost is a gardener's best friend. It makes the soil healthier and helps plants grow big and strong. Composting is a natural process. It's how our planet has been recycling organic matter for millions of years. By understanding how it works, we can harness this power in our own backyards. Whether you have a giant garden or a small apartment, anyone can compost. There are two main ways to compost, aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic composting is like running a marathon. It needs lots of oxygen to keep going. We chop up our food scraps and yard waste into smaller pieces. This gives the microbes more surface area to munch on. A steady supply of air keeps these tiny helpers happy and speeds up the composting process. Think of it like giving your compost pile a breath of fresh air. Anaerobic composting is more like a slow, steady walk. It happens without much oxygen. This method is often used in landfills. Anaerobic composting can produce unpleasant smells due to the different gases released. While both methods have their pros and cons, aerobic composting is generally preferred for backyard composting. It's faster, smells better, and is better for the environment. Composting isn't just a one-step process, it's a dance of temperatures and microbes. There are three main stages: mesophilic, thermophilic, and maturing. The first stage is the mesophilic stage. This is where the party starts. Mesophilic bacteria, which thrive in moderate temperatures, get to work breaking down the easy-to-decompose materials. They generate heat, gradually raising the temperature of the compost pile. As the temperature rises, we enter the thermophilic stage. This is where things get really cooking. Thermophilic bacteria, which love high temperatures, take center stage. They break down tougher materials like woody stems and leaves. This stage is crucial for killing off harmful pathogens and weed seeds. Finally, the compost cools down and we enter the maturing stage. The compost transforms into a rich, dark material. It's teeming with beneficial microbes and nutrients ready to nourish our gardens. The microorganisms are the unsung heroes of composting. They are the tiny powerhouses that break down organic matter. Bacteria are like the busy bees of the compost pile. They are responsible for most of the decomposition. Different types of bacteria thrive at different temperatures, working together to break down the organic matter. Fungi are the master decomposers. They can break down tough materials like lignin, which is found in wood. Viruses, though often thought of as harmful, also play a role in composting. They help regulate the populations of bacteria and contribute to nutrient cycling. The bigger picture physical decomposers in action. While microorganisms do the heavy lifting in composting, they have some larger helpers, physical decomposers. Worms are like nature's tillers. They tunnel through the compost, improving aeration and drainage. They also eat organic matter, and their castings enrich the compost. Other helpful creatures include millipedes, sow-bugs, and even larger animals like birds and rodents. These creatures help break down larger pieces of organic matter and contribute to the diversity of the compost ecosystem. The recipe for success: essential composting conditions. Creating the perfect compost pile is like baking a cake. You need the right ingredients and conditions for success. First, we need a good balance of carbon and nitrogen. Carbon-rich materials like dry leaves and straw provide energy for the microbes. Nitrogen-rich materials like food scraps and grass clippings provide the building blocks for growth and reproduction. Next, we need the right environment. Moisture is crucial, but too much can create an anaerobic environment. The ideal moisture level is like a wrung-out sponge. Aeration is also essential for aerobic composting. Turning the pile regularly helps introduce oxygen and keeps the microbes happy. Finally, temperature plays a crucial role in the composting process. A warm compost pile indicates that the microbes are actively decomposing the organic matter. Troubleshooting your compost: common challenges and solutions. Even with the best intentions, composting can sometimes throw us a curveball. One common problem is a smelly compost pile. This usually indicates an anaerobic environment, often caused by too much moisture or lack of aeration. Turning the pile more frequently and adding dry, carbon-rich materials can help. Another common issue is a compost pile that is too slow to decompose. This could be due to a lack of nitrogen, which fuels microbial activity. Adding nitrogen-rich materials like grass clippings or manure can give the pile a boost. Remember, composting is a natural process and it takes time. Be patient, observe your compost pile, and make adjustments as needed. Unearthing knowledge recommended reads for compost enthusiasts. For those who want to delve deeper into the fascinating world of composting, here are some excellent resources. The Humanure Handbook provides a comprehensive guide to composting human waste. The Composting Handbook covers everything from basic principles to advanced techniques. Compost Science for Gardeners explores the science behind composting in an accessible way. Rodale Book of Composting is a classic guide filled with practical advice. These books provide a wealth of knowledge for anyone looking to master the art and science of composting. Composting, a small step towards a greener planet. Composting isn't just about gardening, it's about taking responsibility for our waste and reducing our environmental impact. By composting our food scraps and yard waste, we can reduce the amount of garbage going to landfills. This in turn reduces greenhouse gas emissions and helps conserve valuable resources. Composting also helps create healthier soil, which is essential for growing nutritious food. It's a simple yet powerful way to make a difference for our planet and future generations. Let's all do our part to keep our planet healthy by embracing the magic of composting.